One gathering. 3 stars. Thousands of assumptions. But only one truth, one that has long been obscured by rumors and fan wars. Hello everyone and welcome back to Jikook Moment, where we focus on reality, not fantasy. In today's episode, we'll dive deep into a night that should have been simple, yet turned into a sea of speculation, because it involved Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jimin of BTS. They simply had dinner together. But the internet? Turned it into a scandal. So what really happened? Who arrived first? Who followed? And, most importantly, why does the truth seem like the hardest thing for people to accept? Stay with us, because we're going to break it all down, based on real facts, direct testimony, and irrefutable logic. This isn't about who was with whom, but who was there from the start. A regular dinner can become a heated debate when the names involved are as big as Taehyung, Jungkook, and Jimin. And that's exactly what happened that night. 3 longtime friends, who've shared the world stage for over a decade, decided to have dinner together. No hidden agendas. No drama. Just 3 friends, sitting at one table, sharing stories and laughter. But the world didn't let it stay that simple. The most basic fact of this meeting should have been enough to end all speculation. Jungkook, and Jimin arrived at the restaurant at the same time. They didn't come separately. None of them came late to join the others. They arrived together as a single unit. This was confirmed clearly by someone who was actually there. The witness didn't just see them enter, but gave detailed observations of how it all unfolded. In fact, their friend, who arrived late, saw with their own eyes the 3 idols entering the restaurant together. There's no room for misinterpretation. No cracks for doubt. Yet strangely, the truth is often not what the public wants most. The restaurant where they dined understood the sensitivity of the moment when 3 global stars arrived as guests. They quickly took steps to protect their privacy, closing side windows, dimming the lights, even restricting visibility to half the room. Other diners could only guess who was behind the curtains, except for the brief moment when one of them went to the restroom. That was the only glimpse. And that's where the misunderstanding began. According to the same witness, Taehyung was the first to leave. He didn't go to the restroom. Meanwhile, Jungkook and Jimin were seen heading to the restroom before they also left. At first glance, these seem like minor details. But in the hands of certain people, small facts are twisted into hurtful false narratives. Rumors began spreading that Jungkook and Taehyung arrived first and were enjoying their time together when Jimin suddenly joined in. In that version, Jimin was portrayed as the intruder, as if he wasn't invited or forced himself into a gathering that wasn't meant for him. That narrative is completely false. It's not just misleading, it's damaging to reputations and to the bond between the members. Let's set the record straight. No one joined later. All 3 came together from the same starting point, with the same intention. They planned the dinner for 3, not 2. It wasn't a date, an exclusive meeting, or a secret arrangement. It was simply a friendly dinner, something everyone, including idols, has the right to enjoy. Unfortunately, some fans seem to prefer viewing the world through a lens of fantasy. Some support one ship, while others defend another, and that's where the conflict begins. Taehyung's fans shouldn't attack him just because he was with Jimin and Jungkook. That makes no sense. Likewise, certain shipping fans have no right to blame Jimin for being somewhere he had every right to be. He didn't suddenly appear. He didn't crash the dinner. He didn't stir up drama. That kind of mindset only fuels a cycle of hate that ends up hurting everyone. One member is blamed for showing up. Another is blamed for being too close. And the third becomes a victim of fantasies he never signed up for. Jimin, Jungkook, and Taehyung are longtime friends, groupmates, brothers who've endured the pressures of the world together. They've shared stages, tears, laughter, long rehearsals, exhausting tours, and quiet moments backstage. Their bond cannot and should not be reduced to just 2 people. When you spread narratives that one of them shouldn't have been there, you are denying the reality of their trio's bond. And when you push the idea that this one ruined the relationship, you're not just attacking him, you're insulting all 3. Because if they respect and invite each other, who are you to say otherwise? A fandom should be a space to support and celebrate its idols. But when it becomes a tool to force personal fantasies and attack those who don't fit a desired narrative, it loses its essence. BTS members have always promoted peace, support, and mutual respect toward each other and their fans. They hope the fandom can be a safe space. But when fans pit members against one another, manipulate narratives, and fuel conflict based on assumptions and fantasy, that safety turns into a battlefield. The facts are crystal clear. They arrived together, dined together, and left at different times. No one interrupted. No one crashed the dinner. No one was uninvited. Any other narrative is pure manipulation, and if left unchecked, could cause deeper wounds among fans and, worse, might even reach the ears of the members themselves. Remember, idols are human. They read, they hear, and they feel. Not everything you write stays on the internet. Sometimes your words reach their hearts. Are you a Jikook fan? Respect Taehyung. Are you a Taekook fan? Don't attack Jimin. Do you just love BTS without shipping? Then support all three. Because in the end, it's not about who is closer to whom, it's about how the three of them have built a genuine, warm connection over the years. They've chosen to stay connected even as the world changes. Isn't that something to appreciate, not question? That night, behind the dimmed walls of a restaurant, three friends sat together. Maybe they talked about old memories, their futures, or just joked freely. We don't know, and we don't need to know in detail. What matters is, it was their moment. Not a moment for theories, rumors, or fans who go too far. Let the moment stay warm. Let their bonds stay intact. And let us, as fans, be supporters, not judges. Because if they love each other as brothers, why should we be the ones to hate? So, after all this explanation, do you still believe that someone wasn't supposed to be there? Remember, Jimin, Jungkook, and Taehyung arrived together, dined together, and shared a night we'll never fully understand, because it wasn't meant for us to dissect. It was meant for them to experience. Don't let fandom become a battlefield of excessive imagination. Be the kind of fan who respects, not just your bias, but their friendships too. If you believe that friendship is stronger than rumor, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Speak up for the facts. End the fan wars. Because in the end, their brotherly love is more real than any ship you could ever imagine. See you in the next episode. Stay warm, stay sane, and keep supporting all three, without conditions.